everybody. Let's get it. We are here. Of course, I'm here early just to kind of give y'all some time to jump on. Hope everybody has had a fantastic uh, top of the week so far. We hump day, so get in here. Yes. Make sure when you get in here, just say hello, just wave, and once you're in, feel free to share the link. You know what it is? This the home team. This the home team. Hey, hey, hey. Chaz, what's up? What's going on, Chris? Thank y'all for hopping in. What's going on, everybody? Make sure you take this link, share it to a friend, share it to a family member. It's easy. You just send them the link and they just join in. It's real easy, man. I believe I have something tonight, just from the Lord, something that He's been dealing with me on, somewhere my family's in the season of this, and I believe it's gonna bless y'all too. So make sure you get in and you share this link, and man, it's gonna be a good night. You know I got to do it for the home team. You know that. I wanna be. Nah, yeah, Dallas home, but this I ain't gonna never claim it. I don't even know the name of the baseball team here. Dallas, yeah, the Texas Rangers. Nah. Babe, can you come turn this fan on high? It's on slow right now. All right, y'all. We're gonna get into it. I just like to come on, so I ain't worry about it. I just like to come on and give time and opportunity for people to get in. So just turn the fan on high. That's it. Chad said, "Hey, Kelly." You supposed to say she can't hear you though. Granny was good. Granny. Again, make sure when y'all get in here, share this link. Listen, it's just like going to a great restaurant. You're going to tell somebody about the food at this restaurant. You're going to say, girl, you're going to say, bro, y'all got to come to this restaurant. This food is amazing. It's no different. Ain't no point in you can't eat good. You know, ain't no point in eating good alone. Share this link. Raven, hello, hello. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Man, it's gonna be good tonight. All right, cool. All right, here we go. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna be good. Listen, all I want you to do in the chat, this is what I want you to type. I want you to type radical obedience. Yep, tonight we're talking about obedience. It's a cuss word to some, but I'm telling you, tonight is gonna be sweet. Radical obedience. Just throw it in the chat. Radical obedience. This is a word here that causes people to accelerate or causes you to keep in stagnant. This is a word that will cause people to accelerate or it will cause people to remain stagnant in their walk with the Lord. I guarantee there are some things that the Lord has told you to do in your past that you have not done, and you can see the fruit of not doing that in your present. I guarantee. And there's some things right now that I'm telling you, He has told you to do. As sure as I'm standing here, as sure as I'm sitting here, I guarantee that the Lord has already been prompting you on some things, been pushing some buttons in your life, been challenging you to do some things, but you have not been obedient to it. We're talking about radical obedience. Sometimes we're not obedient sheerly because we don't like the instruction. We surely because we don't like the instructions, we say, nah, well, I'm not doing it. Even things that we know is from God, we say, Lord, I need you to confirm this. No. Sometimes just because we pray, he doesn't always answer with promise. He sometimes answers with a process. And that process, a lot of times, has to do with all about obedience. Yeah, I'm talking about radical obedience. I'm not gonna hold you tonight. We're simply talking about radical obedience. This is what separates Christians, right, from intimate lovers of Jesus. Listen, this is what separates just regular Christians from intimate lovers of Jesus. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to just be a Christian. I don't want to just be somebody that got my ticket and I'm living life and I'm going to make it there. No. I want to be a person to be familiar with him before I see him. I want to be a person that's familiar with his voice, familiar with what he's telling me to do. And the only way you're going to be a person that walks in radical obedience is that you're an intimate lover of Jesus. Listen, I'm trying to maximize all the time I got with you tonight. You have to understand that this is what separates the intimate people from just regular old believers. I don't want to be a regular old Christian. I want to be a person that's intimate with the Father. So when he speaks to me, I don't have to guess, is this him talking? A lot of times we are stagnant in being obedient. Listen to me. We're stagnant in being obedient because we don't recognize his voice. And if we don't recognize his voice, it tells me that we have not spent enough time with him to get to know his voice. My sheep, that's it, know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. The only way we get to know his voice is to practice his presence, practice the presence. How do we practice the presence of God? By sitting at his feet. Tonight, we're talking about radical obedience. And in order to get crazy and radical results, we have to do radical things that lead to those crazy and radical results. Man, I'm talking good tonight. I'm telling you, as you come in, just say what's up. Make sure you share the link. Here it is. I want you to hear this, that hearing God, listen to this, very important. Hearing God in the secret place. I just need you to type in secret place. What's up, bro? Just type in in the comments, secret place, secret place. That's where the sauce is. That's where it all happens. That's where obedience happens. If you don't have a secret place relationship with the Lord, you probably don't have obedience. If you're not in the secret place, you probably can't hear him. If you're not in the secret place, you probably are not familiar with his voice. You have to develop a secret place relationship with the Lord. I'm telling you, you got to develop that sweet spot with him, that whenever you go in that secret place, you know he's going to speak to you. Hearing God in the secret place is one of the greatest keys to living in radical obedience. Period. We hear, then we do. That's a fact. We hear, then we do. How is this possible? James chapter 1, verse 22. It says, but be doers of the word and not hearers only. A lot of times we hear the word, but we are hesitant to do because it's probably telling us to do something that's going against our flesh. That obedience is telling us to go against our flesh. That obedience is telling us to walk away from something we love. That obedience is telling us to sacrifice something we care for. That obedience is going against our flesh, saying, I don't want to do that. But what you pray for requires you to sacrifice something. If you're not sacrificing, listen, you have to be able to build an altar wherever your life is, that the moment he tells you to do something, you're going to put that thing on the altar. How is this true? Remember Abraham? Because Abraham had an intimate relationship with God, he was willing to sacrifice the thing that he waited so long for. And I got time. I just looked at my watch. I got time today. Listen, he was able to sacrifice what he waited so long for and prayed for, because he knew that God was going to come through with him. How is this possible? Because the fact that he was able to sacrifice something that he waited so long for, God came through with his son. So it's like, Lord, if you can provide this, I trust that you're going to keep this. But sometimes the Lord will ask you for the very thing that you asked him for. Sometimes he's going to call you to do something that's going to go against the very fiber of your wiring. Why do I have to do this? Why do I always have to be the bigger person? Why do I got to make it right? Why do I got to go there? Why do I have to give this amount of money? Why do I have to sow this? Yeah, let's talk about money. He's telling you, some of y'all, you need to become more generous. But the reason you can't have radical obedience is because he does not have your heart. He don't have your whole heart. He got a piece of your heart. You can be radical in certain areas, but he's like, when you have radical obedience, that means whatever you tell me to do, don't matter who you tell, what words you send through, whoever, because I know it's you and I'm a sheep and I know your voice, I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do. But when it comes to certain things, he don't have your whole heart. Nah, he don't have your whole heart. He don't have the inner wiring. He said, the Bible says, wherever your treasure is, that is where your heart will be. God is putting on a lot of you all's heart to be more generous with your finances, to give to certain people, to give to certain organizations, to give to your local body. He's giving you numbers. He's giving you like, Lord, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that, Lord. That's too much. That's a lot. That's a lot. But if he's putting it on your heart, that means there's something on the other side of that obedience. Ooh, radical obedience. You praying for a lot of things. You praying for a lot of big things. Your asks are big. You're praying for big things, but the level of which your investment is real small. Your investment is real small because you're asking for a lot, but you ain't really trying to invest a whole lot to get what you're asking for. Yeah, I'm going to just do this for a little bit. I'm going to just do that for a little bit. Y'all asking for a lot. You believing for a lot, but your investment is very little. What is my investment? Obedience. He's been asking you to do something for months and you still haven't done it. He's been asking you to do something in a moment. And for the last week, for the last couple of days, but you still haven't done it. You've been fighting your flesh. Don't want to do it. Don't know if it's God. You need to confirm. You need to confirm. Can I tell you the reason why most people don't trust God? It's not just because you don't know his voice. You don't obey God because you don't fully trust him. Make sure my internet's still working. Yeah, internet's still working. You don't obey him in real time because you don't fully trust him. If he says, my sheep know my voice, if he says, my sheep know my voice and a stranger they will not follow, why do we question 90% of what he tells us to do? Man, y'all ain't talking to me. Why do we question 90% of the order that he tells us to do? Is because we simply don't trust him. What if Abraham would have paused? Now, again, we don't know the whole story. We just have to act as if we were there. What if Abraham, he probably wrestled with it in his mind, right? We got to mind our mind. We got to mind our mind. Our soul is made up of our mind, will, and emotions. He had to wrestle, but he fought through it, and he took his son up to be sacrificed. He took his son up to be killed. But he could do that because he fully trusted the Lord. Just type that, trust the Lord. So put that in the comment. Trust the Lord. Trust the Lord. You got to trust the Lord. That's why it says trust the Lord with your whole heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. You got to trust the Lord. You got to trust the Lord in everything you do. You got to trust the Lord in every way that he's made. You got to trust the Lord in the good. You got to trust the Lord in the bad. You got to trust him in the questionable times. You got to trust him in the popping times. You and me, we have to trust the Lord. What just happened, bro? Oh, my camera. I don't know if it died. It had 3 bars. Dang. Hold Hey, babe, can you get this phone thing for me? My phone stand. Huh? Okay. I don't know. Y'all can hear me. So this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to get off and I'm about to log right back on my cell phone. I don't know what happened. I think my camera died. Camera died. But everybody get back on. I'm gonna get back on my phone, okay? Love y'all. Love y'all. See, thank God I'm saved. I ain't said nothing crazy. I'm saved, y'all.